G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Brian here, and we're continuing on with our, I think it's going to be, I mentioned 7 days of Nikka Taketsuru, from the no age statements right up to the 35-year-old, the big daddy. Anyway, cheers. I'm still enjoying my this one, the older version of the Taketsuru Pure Malt no age statement. And today we're going to talk about the 12-year-old, which of course you can only get in the second-hand market now. And yeah, this rang in at 40% ABV, where both versions, the older and newer versions of the no age statement Taketsuru, is ringing at 43%. Now, my notes go back a little while, but I did pour one to see whether anything had kind of changed a lot. We'll see. So I poured one, tried it before. Let's see whether it's changed. So on the nose, this is what I get out of the 12-year-old. Excuse me. I get honey, brine. I'd say that's a Whisky influence. Would be the brininess. Chocolate, preserved pears. So they're normally a little sweeter to my taste, the preserved ones, than just the fresh pears, which are a little bit more citric. Not citric, but a little bit more lively and obviously fresh, because they're fresh pears. But the ones that are preserved tend to be a little bit sweeter. Hint of earthy peat. Again, I'm getting that from your Whisky side, though Nikka does peat some of their whiskies. Seaweed, green apples, marshmallows, and coal. Again, this coal is that's your Whisky, the side of it. So if you a lot of us would have smelled a coal train going down the tracks. That's kind of what I'm talking about, the chunks of coal. On the palate, I'm looking at chocolate, the brine, red grapes, red apples, blueberries. To me, that's more Whisky again than Nikka. A little oily, but overall the body is thin and brittle. Again, 40%. Saying thin and brittle, I'm not going to chuck in water. On the finish, some brine, earthy peat, ash, blueberries, and pie crust. The oiliness is more evident on the finish, or there's some oiliness on the finish, but it's short. So the body is light, the finish is short. And nothing's changed since I wrote the original note and having a taste of one, an hour or so ago. Last word. Can't really hang, because I can tell you, with a good batch of the 17 or 21-year-olds. Not sure if it's just a low ABV, but too thin and brittle again for my taste. And a little bit like the Hibiki 12-year-old, where I didn't really rate it that highly, yet it was highly popular. A lot of people rate it on review sites and stuff like that. They loved it. And I think a lot of people, from memory, really like this 12-year-old. But to me, it just doesn't cut the mustard when you've had some of the other ones. In fact, it can't even compete with the latest version of the no age statement that I've mentioned before, and have another review that's not as good as the previous one as that. So even the latest one of 43%, to me, kills this 12-year-old. Kills it. And I gave it a rating of 80 out of 100. Honestly, I could almost slip down to 79 out of 100. So there we go. We're dipping into the age statements Taketsurus. Now, the two no age statements are kind of besting the first of the age statements. So what happens when we kick up to the 17-year-old, which is next to come? Let's find out. I'll see you in the next video where I do the Taketsuru 17-year-old pure malt whiskey. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers and bye for now.